करेंगे। अस्सलाम वालेकुम। So, dear students, we are going to explain the ideological basis of Pakistan. So, this is our chapter one, and in the previous chapter, I have explained about the ideology of Islam, as well as the sources of Islamic ideology. So, today I am going to explain the second topic, democracy. Democracy in Islam and the principles of democracy. But this lecture is about ideological basis as well as the democratic principles. So, first of all, I will give a short review about the previous lecture, and then I will relate this lecture with the new topic. So, what is the meaning of ideology? If we say, then the meaning of ideology is based on two words. It has basically two components, idea and logic. So, idea means a concept, any thought, any idea of a single person or a group, and logi means logic. It there must be any logic behind that specific idea. So anyone, any group or any individual, when uh, think about any project or any movement or anything, first of all he has to conceive any idea with a specific logic. So after that it will be started. So the word ideology is French in origin. So this word is taken from the French language. Ideology means a systematic body of concepts. As I told you, ideology means the concept, the idea, especially about life or culture. Islamic society is characterized by the divine principles of humanity, tolerance, justice, equality, and peaceful coexistence. So, as I told you, that our the topic of ideology is related to the Islamic principles, and these all principles like humanity, tolerance, fraternity, equality, justice, these are all necessary for living a peaceful life. So these principles are also relate to the democracy. So first of all, that's why I'm going to tell you about the ideology. So ideology could be the product of an influential mind. It means if there will be any idea behind any movement, there must be any influential mind or so many influential minds who thought about that idea, and then they will implement their ideas at the shape of movement. So that is because that is exactly done by the leaders of Pakistan movement. First of all, they have the idea and they have the solid logic behind that idea, and the logic was that there must be a separate homeland for the Muslims where they can practice according the principles of Islam. So they started the Pakistan movement or the struggle for freedom. So that is the basic ideology of Pakistan, and being a Muslim country, that is called Islamic ideology. Is it clear? So we will see now our next topic. So if there will be some Islamic ideology where the people will live according the Islamic teachings, so there must be the some sources of ideology. And the sources of Islamic ideology are the Holy Quran, Sunnah, and tradition. In the previous lecture, I have told you about these three topics in detail. So, in this topic, in this lecture, I will just give the review. So, as I told you, that there must be any idea or ideology behind a struggle, behind a movement. So, for the freedom of the Muslims as a different, separate Islamic country, there must be the Islamic ideology, and Islamic ideology is based on the Holy Quran and Sunnah. So, these are two basic sources and important sources of Islamic ideology. First is the Holy Quran. So, Holy Quran is all about the teaching of Allah our Almighty, and Sunnah is the words and deeds of Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And third one source is also important, that is about the tradition and cultures. So many traditions and cultures are included in any country, in the life of the citizens of any country. So here it is also some traditions, but Quran says that there must be only those traditions and cultural values which are allowed by Holy Quran. So first of all, we will see the first source of Islamic ideology. As I told you, the first source of Islamic ideology is Quran. So Quran is the permanent basis of Islam. It provides detailed guidance to the people concerning social and economic laws. So Islam gives detailed guidance on all the aspects of life, concerning social life, economic life, political life, and the life of individual. So we can get all the type of the advices and all the teachings from the Holy Quran, if we are living when we are living in the Islamic state. And second one source is Sunnah. So the detailed explanation of teaching of Holy Quran is found in Sunnah, which is essential source of Islamic laws and the principles. And what is Sunnah? Sunnah's literal meaning is way to follow. Way to follow, to whom way? The way of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. All the teachings which are described and emphasized in Holy Quran, these are all done by Holy Prophet through his deeds and his words. So that is called Sunnah. So you can see the detailed explanation of the teaching of Holy Quran is found in Sunnah, which is the important source of Islamic laws and principles. So those laws which are defined in Holy Quran, these all the laws and principles are practically done by P- Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So these are two basic, important, most important sources of Islamic ideology. Third one is tradition and cultures, the values and traditions such as festivals which do not run opposite the teaching of Islam. So there are two basic festivals in Islamic society. These are prescribed by Holy Quran by Allah, and these are the Eid ul Fitr and Eid ul Adha. So any other tradition, if we are following, being a Muslim and living in an Islamic society, so these traditions and values are just are allowed, which are according to teaching of Islam. Any tradition and festival is not allowed which is contrary to Islamic teachings. So this is the review of the previous topic, sorry. And now I'm going to tell you something about the democracy and Islamic democracy. So, what is the meaning of democracy? Democracy basically means it is the concept which is very different in Islam from the rest of the world. Islam emphasizes that all the sovereignty belongs to Allah, and the human beings are the representative of Almighty Allah on the world, and they are performing their duties, and they have to perform their duties, especially in the Islamic society according Quran and Sunnah, and they and the people and or the representatives uh, have to stay within their limits as prescribed by Islam. The government as well as the legislative assemblies does not enjoy the unlimited power. So why? Because they are the representatives of Almighty Allah, which we have elected through our votes. So basically, democracy is the name of a system in which we will elect our representatives by casting our vote, and these representatives will run the administration of the government. So Islam says, and it is said by Almighty Allah, that all these representatives in Islamic country, they are the representatives of Allah, and they cannot enjoy any facility which are which is beyond their limits. And which are what are their limits? They have to work for the betterment of their citizens. They have to work for their nations. So they cannot enjoy any other facility which is forbidden for them by Allah. So they do not enjoy the unlimited powers. The people are at the liberty to elect the God fearing persons to run the affairs of state. So it is our duty to elect the persons who are God fearing, who are being a good citizens. So we have to elect them for the representatives of our government. So the in the past, there were the righteous caliphs of Islam always sought for the rightful opinion. The advisors constitute a shura, a panel of advisors. So long as those in power conform to the law of Islam, they may continue to enjoy the principles of confidence of people. So, if we are going to elect the members, these members can enjoy their power through our acceptance. So, they have to work hard for the betterment of the country, for the progress of the country, and it is not allowed that they will enjoy any other facility and their designation as well. So they have to keep in mind that they are the representatives of Allah, and they have a greater duty for to work for the betterment of humanity. So this is the basic concept of democracy. So in Islam, there are four basic principles of democracy in any Islamic society. First of all is justice, then equality, then fraternity, and then tolerance. So I will explain all these four principles one by one. Excuse me. Okay, justice. The literal meaning of justice is to keep the right things at the right place. It means if there will be the need of justice, so there must be the justice in the society. There will be the justice will be the supreme power in the society, and no one can go against the justice. No one can break the rules against justice. So the literal meaning of justice is to keep the right things at the right place. It is the foundation of divine law. Divine law means it is the base of divine law. It means that especially in Islamic society, all the rules and regulations are written in the Holy Quran. So all these laws are called divine laws. So there must be the implementation of all these divine laws in the Islamic society. No aspect of life can be complete without justice. So there must be justice, there must be the Islamic rules and laws in the Islamic society, and no field of life, no institution can be complete without the justice. So if the justice will be there, then it is the justice which make any society peaceful and prosperous. So if the justice will be there, the society will progress. So the character formation of any individual and the collective public good are possible only under a just system. So if there will be a just system or justice, so the people, whether they are individual or whether they are living in the group and they need any type of justice, so if there will be the just system, everyone will be happy in the society and the society will be prosperous and the society will grow. So justice is the important aspect of democracy and the principle of democracy. So second one is the equality. So there must be equality. Islam believes in equality among the human beings. Islam rejects all kinds of discrimination. On the discrimination means differences on the basis of race, language, caste, color, culture, wealth, or poverty. So this is very important thing. In the Islamic society, all the persons are equal. Here is a very common sermon of Holy Prophet in which he said that there is no difference, no Arab has any precedence over the black and vice versa, and no no rich have any precedence on the uh, poor. So everyone is equal in Islamic society. All the human beings are equal before law as well. Rich and poor individual are equally accountable before law. So if there will be any accountability, everyone is equal before law. Islamic Sharia provides legal justice, which means that all individuals enjoy protection under the law and they should have equal opportunity to seek social protection. Is it clear? So whether there will be the matter of protection, whether there will be the matter of justice or law or jobs or any everyday life, there must be equality in the Islamic society because Islam reject all kinds of the discrimination. So that is very important point of Islamic society and Islamic democracy. There must be equality everywhere in the Islamic society. And there must be the justice as well. If we will follow these rules and there must be equality, so at the same time, there must be justice in the society. Okay, fraternity. Fraternity means brotherhood. In the words of the Holy Quran, all the believers are brothers to each other. So the literal meaning of fraternity means brotherhood. In the words of Holy Quran, as you can see that all the believers are brothers to each other, I will explain this. The principles of fraternity is an important aspect of human life or human life and as well as an important aspect of Islamic society. As a brother, they share the problems of each other, their happinesses or the feelings of brotherhood promote affection, mutual cooperation, selfless services, and sacrifices. Our holy prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that a Muslim is a brother to another Muslim. So that is a great thing. And if we will see the example of the great brotherhoodship was shown at the time of migration of Muslims from Mecca to Medina. The people of Medina not only welcomed warmly the people of Muslims of Mecca, as well as they also made them partners in their business and assets. So that was the great thing. And that was the great example of fraternity in Islamic society. So we should have to follow this rule. Being the citizen of Islamic society, we should have to follow fraternity, the principle of fraternity for the progressive society. Last one is tolerant. Tolerance is a great virtue. ये एक नेकी है अगर आप अपने आप में बर्दाश्त रखते हैं और दूसरों की बातों को सुनते हैं, और अगर आपको वो बात पसंद नहीं आती इसके बावजूद आप अपने आप को बर्दाश्त करती हैं, उनकी बातों को बर्दाश्त करती हैं, तो आप नेकी कर रहे हैं. यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू स्टार्ट अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट. So that is a great virtue. It saves people from hardships and promote love for others. Tolerance is a source of avoiding conflicts with each other. If we will tolerate to each other, so we will follow the great aspect of our life. And if we will adopt this aspect in our life individually, so we will avoid to the so many conflicts. And tolerance is also the source of avoiding conflicts with each others. Tolerance, it develops an atmosphere of brotherhood, peace, and stability in the society. The last prophet, Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, also preached tolerance through his words and deeds. The Islamic society honors and protects due rights of non-Muslims. So tolerance also shows that we must have to tolerate the due rights of non-Muslims. If non-Muslims are living in our society, so we have to tolerate their religion, we have to tolerate their religious practices, and we show tolerance, and we have to give the permission to live according their own beliefs. So tolerance is a great virtue, and we have to adopt for the betterment of our society this in our lives. So that's all for today. Hope you will understand all these two topics and the sources as well and the principles of democracy very well. Take care. Allah Hafiz.